So this morning we started by coming to a tomato farm. It's -7, but they can still grow tomatoes because they have their own greenhouses. So the way that it works is they got hot water coming up from the springs that are over like 100 degrees Celsius, which they pump through pipes that keeps the whole area warm. They also have electric lights pointing down on it as well, which is nice. But the tomatoes, I don't like tomatoes, but the tomatoes are delicious. They don't use pesticides because there's obviously no insects in this kind of temperature, so they don't need any pesticides. The only real insect that they have in there are bumblebees, and they're Norwegian bumblebees. They actually get shipped here. So they ship them in a little box, and then they let them go out and they go around, they pollinize all of it. It's pretty cool, this farm. I highly recommend coming out just to see it and try the tomatoes. It's a family-run farm, this particular one. And this particular farm supplies 18% of all the tomatoes in Iceland, so it's a big place. The other cool thing about the tomato place is they have Icelandic horses, and they're going to give us a little Icelandic horse show. Right, you ready to see some of my Icelandic horses?
Fluffy horses.
Fluffy Icelandic horses. They're basically ponies. Don't say that to them though.
She was taking me to the coast. There we go. As you can see, it's really comfortable.
Just watching a horse gallop and do a tunt.
Tote.
Tote.
Now it's going to change.
Toot.
Tunt. That's what it is. That's the name of the thing, the walk that it did. Stop, look at them laughing at me.
Tult.
Tult.
With the 2 dots on the O.
It's really good at this. And it's so cold. I can promise you just put it out.
Unbelievable. That's a nice model. So we're out at the Golden Waterfall, just down there. But the craziest thing about it is there's a spray coming off of it that's kind of all around us, but as soon as the water from the spray of the waterfall hits you, it freezes. So like my GoPro selfie stick is covered in ice, and I'm now covered in little tiny pieces of sparkly ice. It's weird, and you gotta be careful with your camera because it can get in your camera. Isn't that right? It's so cold.
So cold. Don't come here. Jesus.
Do come here, it's beautiful. What are we looking at?
Geyser.
What's it called?
Or a geyser. I think it's a geyser called Geyser. I think so, that's all I learned. Man, don't blink. That was blue, did you see that? That was awesome. That was so much better than the last one.
Go!
Hey folks!
Hello, so we're back in Reykjavik.
Watch out for this bollard, it's down.
Oh, that bollard is down.
Yeah, back in Reykjavik after our tour. It's 6:30 and it's 1 degree. I'm just checking the sign. 1 degree. And since we left, it's snowed like a couple of feet. So it's quite exciting.
Yeah, Rach has been in snow before, but she's never been in snow quite this deep. So this is a bit of a novelty for Rach.
It's fun. It's fun. I assume tomorrow morning it'll be slippery and nasty, and we're still deciding if we're going to drag our cases 1.5 kilometres or if we're going to get a taxi. But I suppose only time will tell.
That's right. So Iceland's always trying to be neutral. The Cold War between America and Russia actually ended here, just in that house over here. We actually saw the house on the first day of our tour. So I have some footage of that, but it was a lot wetter. Now it's just covered in snow. That's where Reagan met with the Russian president, and they sat down and they made the deal there. So there's a lot of history here. And in fact, one of the cooler things as well is just here, that's actually a piece of the Berlin Wall. So they have a piece of the Berlin Wall still standing, just as a reminder of bad times. But yeah, so that house where the Cold War ended. All thanks to the here. And Iceland, it's a beautiful spot. So you want me to just want me to stand like this? All right, I can do
Yeah.
that. Ah, hey!
That's for throwing it at my head.
Are you recording?
Yeah. He threw it at my head.
I did not. I did.
He did.
It was
And it was on purpose.
No, it was an accident. This one was on purpose.
No.
That's great. It took 55 years to build this, believe it or not. I feel like I could have done it quicker. Should have contracted in the Irish. What I'm going to do now, which Rachel's not going to do, is go to the top of it. So we're going to try one of these Icelandic hot dogs. Apparently, best hot dog in the world. Hey, just a hot dog with everything. Yeah, let's go for it. Getting everything. So there's 70 years history. And one of the ones that we heard about was Bill Clinton himself.
There he is.
Let's give it a go. Pretty-ish there. It's nice. It's nice. It's good. Best in the world. Maybe. I probably should try other hot dogs to see.
70 years, Benjamin's hot dogs. In 2007. You think they'd update their thing? They've since turned 80, apparently.
Apparently they're 80 years old now. So yeah, just being a Viking. Thought I'd go slay a bear. Just have to find a bear first before I slay him.